And now it's time for The Catch, which takes you around the Great Lakes to hear from reporters about the issues they're covering.
In Syracuse, New York, reporter Glenn Coyne has been covering a story about the return of 1,000 acres to the Onondaga Nation.
For the Onondaga Nation to get land back is a huge step for them. They once had land across central New York, all of it taken from them by treaties in New York State. And for years they have fought to get land back unsuccessfully. And so this 1,000 acres that they now are getting is a tremendous start for them to regain some of their territory.
The land transfer happened as part of a settlement between New York State and Honeywell International, one of the companies responsible for polluting Onondaga Lake.
As part of the lake cleanup, which started decades ago, Honeywell had to not only clean up the lake, but also basically restore the public's use that was lost during the time the lake was polluted.
Honeywell's cleanup is complete and the land transfer is supposed to happen by March. In the meantime, Glenn says Honeywell is responsible for implementing a number of projects to improve the area.
The idea behind this is that the land will stay relatively pristine. The Onondaga want it that way. The state has put what's called a conservation easement on the property, which means it has to remain essentially wild. There will be some public access projects, trails and parking lots, but they'll be relatively small scale, just enough to kind of get people into it.
Glenn says that the 1,000 acres returned to the Onondaga is one of the largest land transfers made to an indigenous nation in the United States, and it's the first time that land has been returned directly to a tribal entity in the state of New York.
This could be the start of other lands given back to Indian nations in New York State, but I think it's a case-by-case basis.
Thanks for watching. For more on these stories and the Great Lakes in general, visit greatlakesnow.org. When you get there, you can follow us on social media or subscribe to our newsletter to get updates about our work. See you out on the lakes.